Is there future reconciliation between me and Graham? How does he feel about me? Thank you. Brilliant. That's a fantastic question. Let's have a quick look for you and just see where we're going with this. So, how does he feel about you, and is there future? Let's see. Okay, so that feels right. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, that's already a good start. Okay. Now that makes sense. So, basically what we're getting here is it definitely feels very good and feels that there's a good chance here and it feels very promising. And from what I'm getting here is it looks to me that there's definitely, this chapter is not closed yet. The two of you still have got quite a lot more to give to this as such. Now, looking at his energy right now and the fact that this card came up, it just very much tells me that he's at a point right now where things just feel very overwhelming for him. He feels very much under pressure, very much like things are not going quite the way he expected them to. And it just looks to me that things are, the best way I can put it is things are very overwhelming. Now, I don't feel this is anything that he kind of can't handle, because what I'm getting here is that he's actually in a much better place already than he was like even a few weeks ago. Excuse me. And his whole energy just feels to me that he's on the right path to really get himself sorted. The swords here are really talking to me about the stress he has around him, about the pressure, just feeling like he has too much going on. Basically, the best way I can put it is he just feels as if there's so much going on around him that it's just like, no matter what he does, he hasn't got enough hours in the day, he hasn't got enough time, and he's just completely shut down. His whole energy just feels very much like, I don't want to do anything at the moment, I just don't want to really deal with anything, and he feels very low in his energy. So let's get a kind of like idea of how things are progressing from here. Yeah, so it definitely feels very much that it's going to stay like it is at the moment. The key to it is to really make sure that you just let him come to you when he's ready. Make sure you really put your energy into you right now and really start focusing on being in the right place for you. Just make sure that you put all your energy that you would normally put towards Graham, put it into you totally, and you will find that, I would say, okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, I'm basically being told we are looking at the summertime. Now, I don't know exactly where you are, but summertime for me would be July, August, that kind of energy. So around that time, that's when I feel things will start, excuse me, to really pick up and to start being very different for you. So that's where I would put the kind of like reconciliation. Let's have a quick look at some oracle cards. I always like to add a little bit of extra if I can. So where are we going? This is the right one. Okay. Okay, that makes perfect sense. It's basically about making sure that you put like I said earlier, excuse me, my allergies are quite bad, so sorry about that. But really make sure that you put your energy now into you. Make sure that you put everything that you want to achieve into your energy. We're in spring at the moment, which is very much of a progressive time, of a forward moving time. Excuse me. And it just feels to me that once you start putting the focus back onto yourself and completely withdrawing from Graham's energy, you will notice that there's some small changes happening. And those small changes are then starting to progress into what actually feels right for you long term and good. So the best way I can put it is, it looks that he will enter your life again. I do see him reaching out, because I'm getting here the energy of him reaching out towards you, so make sure you're not the one reaching out first. And then it will be a very slow progressive thing. It feels to me that he has had a lot to deal with, and he just feels very overwhelmed, as I said. And as long as you can take it very slow and take things one day at a time, once the two are back on proper talking terms and everything, you will find that this has actually really good long-term qualities. So I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you. When will love enter my life? Brilliant, let's have a look. I mean, I can see instantly how much, I mean, your energy is very, how can I put it? Because of all the hurt that you have had, it feels very close, and it feels a little bit of, you just, in a way, being a little bit afraid of letting go, of letting someone new in and being in a place where you can feel happy again. Okay, that feels fine now. Okay, let's get started with these. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, I don't want to go straight into the when. I just want to say about the how and why things have been delayed. Now, the thing that I'm getting here is, it looks to me that there have been a lot of times when you have given out and when you have really started to let your guard down and you got hurt. And that's kind of like showing me here in the cards as well. It just tells me that you have been in a position where things have just gone really stale very quickly, and you kind of like it. You kind of like made you wonder what more could I have done, what more could have been different, or what should I have done. And it's like, it's not about what you could have done, it's just you weren't with the right person, and that's why things haven't quite worked out the way you expected to. So you are definitely going to note some changes happening, and it feels to me that over the next, I would say 2 to 3 months, I'm not saying weeks because it feels more like we took a month, unfortunately. I noticed that when I'm looking at your energy, that there's a change in your energy. It looks to me that you're feeling a bit more yourself, a bit more balanced. That tells me that something is happening over the next month, so that you actually get there. That makes you feel more confident again, makes you feel more yourself again, makes you feel more that you're back in control of things happening. So it looks to me that there's more of a support system around you, and you're feeling a lot stronger and better and more in control. So I want to make sure that you're really aware of that. Make sure you embrace new energies into your life. And even though I don't feel it's like the love energy coming straight into your life, it feels to me that through the energy that's coming in, through these supportive energies that I'm noticing, that you will then find the right connection. See it? Yeah, I mean, it just looks, look here, the Sun card. It's basically telling me that things are on the right path. You will find happiness. I would say timing is very hard to put on this here, because I feel that there's so many things that are having to happen first. You start to feel better about yourself and about who you are, and actually trusting that you are actually amazing and special. I would say with the Sun card out, we're looking at the summertime. For me, when the Sun card comes up in timing, I'm seeing August, because to me it's like sunflower, sun, August. So that's where I would put this. I would say that's when I see you meeting your forever person. It will be quite out of the blue, very much like when you stop looking, that's when it comes. It's this whole situation that sometimes the more we want something, the less it's happening. What I would suggest is really make sure that you put a lot of your focus back onto yourself, as I said already. So just make sure that you do that over the next few months. Really start finding a new network of people around you, because I do feel that it's about you having more support around you. What I would suggest is also, I mean, crystals, you probably know that I really very much believe in them and have them everywhere. And for you, what I would really suggest is get some rose quartz. Most people already have one around. If you have one already, have it on you. I mean, I got this like little one here, which, well, it's like a mini tower as such. It's not a one. It's, I always have that very close by. Anything that size, I find it's quite handy, because you can put it in anything, like in your bag or in your pocket if you really want to. And it's quite handy to have sometimes something small that you can actually carry on you when things get too much. Or it could be even jewelry. Rose quartz is very, it's used in so many things. So do try and have that on you at the moment. It really would be helpful for you to, so that you can be in a much stronger balanced position. But apart from that, just start believing in yourself again. Stop thinking that you're not good enough. Stop thinking that everyone else is always stronger or better than you, because you are perfect just as you are. But apart from that, go out, make sure you have fun, and stop looking for love, because love is coming your way when you stop looking. I hope that makes sense. Thank you. Was seeing a guy for 3 months. Everything was perfect. I talked to him on Tuesday, my birthday. Happy belated birthday. Then never heard from him again until Friday. He texted me to say take care and have a nice life. Then blocked me on socials. Came out of nowhere. Was he living a double life? That's a fantastic question, and sorry to hear that, because especially when something like that just comes out of the blue, it just feels like a kick in the teeth, doesn't it? And you just wonder what has gone on, why did that happen? So let's have a look and see if we can get some behind this and figure out what's going on. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, now that makes all perfect sense already. The way this is coming through here, and the way that's being shown to me, is very much that it's not necessarily that he led a double life. I do feel that the main issue here is that he wasn't being totally honest with you. That was one thing. But the other thing is, I do feel that there's a third party here involved who, in a way, the best way I can put it, spread a certain amount of lies, let's just call it what it is, lies about you that made him then feel that something is not quite right. The best way I can put it is that he very much felt like something was not, that you kind of like lied to him, even though you never did. But because of him having been told something by someone else that was untrue, he then kind of backed off and just kind of felt like it's not worth the hassle. Now, I don't feel this is completely the end, because I do feel that that there's still more to come. You also sent both of your pictures in. Thank you for that. It really does help. And as I'm looking at his picture, I'm seeing a lot of grays in his energy. When I'm seeing a lot of gray colors around someone's energy, that tells me that we are looking at someone who's feeling a little bit. I don't want to say the kind of like medical term for this. He's just feeling very low. He's just feeling very much like things are not really going quite the way that he would have wanted to in life in general. And that's what I'm seeing in his energy. He's very much like, he just feels like he's not good enough. He feels like he can't really do what he wants to do. He feels like everything always goes wrong. And on some level, part of the reason why he blocked things off with you is also because he felt like you deserve better and you can do better. And it just felt all very odd. But it definitely seems to be connected to someone else around him, or around the two of you, someone that both of you know, and it just feels to me that things just didn't really quite feel right for him. Like I said, it does feel to me that you will actually start coming back around into your energy and see if there's the chance of the two of you finding a new way of getting through this. At that point, it's very important that you make sure that you only let him back in if this is what you genuinely want. If you really are okay with letting it go, you would then have to be able to say to yourselves as such, yes, we make a fresh start, we completely get a new how can you put it, we completely start being ourselves again as such, and make a fresh start, make a new beginning. Quite often when I'm looking at something like that, it's important that you really make a fresh start rather than recoupling as such. It's about new beginnings, new start as such. I have to say, I do feel that he's regretting what he's done, but he feels he's done the right thing purely because he just was fed a certain amount of lies. And so yeah, I do feel that once that starts coming out and it comes a lot clearer for him, he will start reaching out again. What I would suggest for you is, let's have a look. Yeah, it's Angelite. I got one here. It's a very good stone for starting to actually feel calmer within yourself again. Because of everything that has happened, you kind of feel a little bit, how can I put it? A little bit upset. Well, to say you feel a little bit upset is an understatement. You feel hurt, you feel like your voice wasn't heard, you feel like you couldn't really speak your truth. And that crystal will really help you to start feeling more yourself and strong about saying how you feel and what you want to say. And it's a very good crystal for you right now. But I don't feel this is the end with him. But like I said, do make sure that when he just reaches out, that this is what you genuinely want. Because if someone can drop you like that, is it really someone that you want to be with? So just bear that in mind. But I do see him reaching out again, and there will be an explanation, and it will be very clear as to why it happened. But just be very, very careful with how much you open yourself up again this time. Up that head. Thank you. Why do I always feel anxious, waiting for something bad to happen? Is there some bad news on the way for me? I'm sorry, that's not a nice feeling, is it? And I really want to reach out and give you a big hug at the moment. And of course I will be sending you some healing. I said that previously, and it's coming your way, and we'll add you to my healing list. And that's also something that I do for anyone. If anyone really wants some healing, please do feel free to just send me a message. I'm always happy to send some out. So, but let's have a look for you now. Is anything bad happening? Let's have a look. As soon as I looked in with the energy, I could see the amount of pain in you. I can see the amount of stress in you, and it's like you're feeling so stressed and overwhelmed a lot of the time. That is partly why you're feeling the way you do. So let's have a look. Okay, anything, I would actually say I'm seeing the opposite. I'm actually seeing something good happening to you. If you're looking at this, this card here in the middle, this is basically someone who's feeling very down, a bit like yourself right now, and someone reaching out to them and reaching out and saying like, I'm here to support you. And that's what I'm getting here. And yes, we also have the moon card, which is quite often a card of like a little bit of a split, a little bit of a deception as such. And I do feel that all relates, because what I'm getting here is I'm getting that over the last few years especially, things have been very much, I wouldn't say you've been lied to as such, but there haven't been things that have been quite right. And you kind of like always felt like something was a bit off and something didn't quite add up. And this is basically confirming that. And the fact that we're getting that card here in the middle, it just tells me that there is more coming, more positive things coming for you than negatives. I'm not seeing anything bad. Again, here you're in a position where you just take on too much. You take on so much all the time. You're kind of like trying to be there for everyone, and it's like you're not really treating yourself the way you should be treating yourself. And it's easy for someone else to say like, oh yeah, put some more focus into you, or do this or do that. And it's like, it's not always that easy, is it? It's not always that easy to just say like, okay, I'm putting myself first, I'm really doing what I want to do. And it's a difficult situation. However, I do not see anything bad coming up here. Let's have a look. Yeah, it just looks to me that things have been quite tough and you have had a lot to deal with. But I do see new beginnings here for you. I do see things coming together for you where you're just leaving the old behind and really start focusing on what it is you really want, and focus on where you are in life, where you want to be in life. And I'm seeing a lot of positive things coming your way. I'm seeing a lot of things here where it feels to me that you are in a strong position, where you are in a position of feeling happier again. And I would say the key really right now, the best way I can put it, is to make sure that you cut off the toxicity around you. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, because there is a lot of toxic energy around you. Make sure you cut that off. And yes, sometimes that means cutting off people that are very close to you, but you have to do that for your own protection, for your own mental health, and for your own physical and emotional health as well. So be very clear about that. I would like to suggest a few crystals for you again. let's see. Okay, the first one that I'm getting here for you is Howlite. I absolutely love Howlite. It's really a great stone, and it helps with a lot of things. It helps with anxiety, depression, anything where you just feel like you could do a little boost. It really helps with that. There's quite a big heavy thing, but you can get some smaller ones. You can even get it in jewelry or like little carvings. The other one, let's see, yeah, got one here. Carnelian. Carnelian is absolutely perfect for you right now. It will really help you to feel more balanced, stronger, and start being yourself again. Start living your life again the way you want to live. I think the last one I would say that feels right is Tiger's Eye. I only got some golden Tiger's Eye here, but it's all pretty much the same. It's really, this is a great stone for you grounding, for you start believing in yourself, and for you to really start being the best version of yourself and being the happier version of yourself. So those three is what I would suggest you get. If you haven't got them already, do look out for them. If you need any help sourcing them, just give me a shout. I will always be happy to help. But yeah, make sure that it's about you really start focusing on what it is that feels right for you and really go for it, because I do see that a lot of the stresses around you is what is causing you those feelings. So big hug to you, and I will be sending you some plenty of healing after this. Thank you. Will I get the shared ownership house I have reserved, and will everything go in my favor? Fantastic question, and I know what you're talking about because we spoke about that before. So let's use my trusted Romany cards. I absolutely love those cards. They always give me such clear answers. So let's see if you really get it. Okay, well, look at this. This really looks like a celebration, like things are going well. So that already tells me that it looks very promising. But let's have a look. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So here's where you are right now. The deception, the betrayal, the hurt. You know what I'm talking about because you just know. And yeah, I'm not naming names, but you know who I'm talking about. And it just looks to me that when it came to what he's done and also what she's done with it, it's your confidence has been knocked. So you kind of like, you started feeling that, yes, what's the point of me trying to get this place, because something is going to go wrong, because something has gone wrong for such a long time now. And this is basically where you're at the moment. You just feel very much on your own, like, I don't really know, can I trust anything? Can I really be in this good place that I want to be? Because for so long I just felt it's not really happening, it's not going my way. But then we finished off with this card, which is very much card of balance, of happiness, of new beginnings. The Two of Cups usually indicates a love energy, and I know that's not something you're looking for at the moment as such. Of course you wouldn't mind if someone came into your life that actually really felt right and where you could be happy again. But I do feel at the moment it's about you balancing your own life again, you being actually in your own energy, in your own power again, and actually feeling happier again within yourself. So I do feel that right now it's about you focusing on you. And I know that's not something new to you because we talked about it so many times. And it really is about, you're at that chapter now where things will start going right. You have put everything on the market as such. Again, I can't really go into details here because I don't want to give away who you are as such. But you have put everything on the market as such. You have started taking control. He has been playing with you since, again, and tried to make you question everything and kind of like make you feel sorry for him as such, because he does that very well. Don't fall for it. He's trying to use your kind nature, your emotional vulnerability that you have, that you allow people in and allow to be vulnerable and open. He's trying to use that against you, not because he's necessarily a bad person, and you know we talked about that before, but because of how he is within himself. He's feeling very, yeah, I mean, we talked about it. He's feeling very much, how can he put it? Manipulated. He's been manipulated so long that he started to manipulate you with it. Just, yeah. So basically, this is really just about you starting being in your own power. Let's double check to make sure that the house you're talking about is the right one that we're seeing. So let's get the crystal ball out. I mean, it's after all fitting with the cards, it somehow feels right. So let's see. Okay, so as soon as I'm linking in, I'm seeing a garden, and that's something we talked about. I'm seeing a lot of the stuff that you have talked about in that place. So, you know, when we talked about what to do with things in the meantime, do what we said about it, because I do see that you will need them for when you're moving in. Now, I do see 2 stories here. I don't know if the house that we saw before had 2 stories, but I'm just feeling a 2-story kind of energy. Excuse me. And, but I do see, I'm getting here a vision as I'm getting at this. I'm getting a vision of you sitting in your furnitures outside in the garden. And you know which furnitures I mean. And I see you happy, and I'm seeing you smiling, and I see you looking at your phone, I believe, and just relaxing. So that tells me, yes, it looks right. It looks like this is the path for you, and it looks to me that this will happen. So go for it. Really start believing that you can do it, because the only thing holding you now back is you not fully believing that you can do it. As soon as you start believing it, I do see it all coming together, and it looks very promising. So yeah, it looks positive. Go for it, and you won't regret it. Thank you.